knit, I kissed him some, and maybe got a pack of cigs for him on the playground, but that was it. But one remarkable night, he did rescue my ass from my strict, full-blooded Italian, hot-tempered Catholic, Dad. He took a beating and never said a word. You see, I got invited to this rebel farm girl's sister's wedding out in the boonies. I liked her rebel spirit. The backwards high school that I'd started in this small Wisconsin town wouldn't let girls wear pants to school. Late 60s, public school, small town, dresses. Really? I just moved there from Milwaukee after our house was burned down in the civil riots, and I didn't have many girls there that warmed up to me. Warmed up to me? Funny. Anyway, this one chick lived out on a farm. Chick on a farm? Sorry. And would wear pants to school. They would call her parents or make her go home. She'd change into a dress and come back. She did this all the damn time until they finally changed the dress code and we all got to wear pants. So of course, I'm going to this girl's sister's wedding. I had on some cute denim culotte outfit, nylons and blue suede shoes. I was 14. We started pouring cups of beer into the punch bowl and dancing up a storm. There was an older brother of a classmate there that asked me to slow dance. He was good looking, quite polite, and a good dancer. His brother was pigeon-toed and overweight, but this guy was like Robert Redford, Squad City. He even smoked a pipe. I guess he was mid-20s. His family also happened to live one block from my house as the bird flies. Curfew comes around just then, and I'm like, crap, I don't want to go home yet. So Redford offers me a ride home in another hour. I stay, and my gal pal ride takes off. Fun was had for about an hour, and I wanted to go because of my strict, full-blooded Italian, Dad. Finally, we hit the country roads for a watch-out for deer ride home. He had a VW Bug, and it was cute, but if we hit a deer, the deer would be Victor most likely. We finally got into the one-stop-like town I now call home, and he slows down, but drives past my house. Nope, I say, that was it. You missed it. Around the block we go, and he drives by it again. This time I was saying just to stop, and I'd walk to my house. He did not stop. He drove around the block and over the railroad tracks into the darkness that's nicknamed down below. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Redford wanted to go down below. Sure as shit, he starts stroking my thigh and up my culottes. I was really glad I wore those culottes. I tell him calmly that the night's not a good one because it's already so late, and my dad is this strict, full-blooded, he doesn't stop. I lift my long leg up over the shift and way over and step on the brake. We forcefully stop, and he turns into Dracula and yells, "Don't ever do that again!" He takes off. I open the door and jump out. We hadn't started going too fast yet, and I landed on my feet and thought for an instant, well, that wasn't so. Immediately, I spun backwards and somersaulted down into the ditch. I jumped up and sprinted to a bush to hide. He drove by slowly and went down to the tracks. I sprinted across the street and under a bush. He drove by and started to turn around, but I flew, one shoe on, down the ditch, over the tracks, into an alley, and behind a house. And then I ran like hell to the neighbor's house and burst in on him watching late night movie, and he hardly blinked. I was muddy and frazzled and couldn't take off my nylons because I was wearing culottes, and ran into his bathroom to take them off and They had disintegrated on my legs. They were shredded, and my knees were bloody. I threw them into the trash, stepped back into my culottes, half zipped up, and went carrying my one shoe, and there in the living room stands my Scriptino dad. So he grabs the neighbor kid. I thought I'd run for home, and I didn't even see him behind me until I opened the door and became airborne until nearly the street. Landed on my feet yet again. My God, I should have been a long jumper instead of a sprinter. Got home and in bed, and he never yelled at me. My neighbor had taken the brunt of the anger that my dad thought we'd been messing around. I mean, with no shoes or socks on, my dress and my hair a mess. The next day, he grounded me. But I never had to tell him about the pervert on the next block that drove a VW Bug. I'm fairly confident that the neighbor saved Redford's life, too. And that was it for me.